What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am very excited about today's video. I've been wanting to do this for like a few weeks now, but I needed to grab a couple of items before I can sit down and film this. Today I thought it would be really fun to recreate my bridal makeup. I got married about 12 years ago, and when I still look at my wedding pictures, I still love my makeup from my wedding day. So I thought it'd be fun to sit down and recreate my makeup from 12 years ago. Now, I'm kind of biased, but I think that autumn weddings are the best. I got married in October of 2010. And so I just love a fall wedding. I love the seasons and the change and the cooler weather and the bold lip. I will put a picture right here of what I looked like on my wedding day. I had really soft, natural eyes with a bold, vampy lip, and I loved it. Personally, I think that it is still a timeless look 12 years later. So if you are getting married, I would love to know what your preferred wedding season is. And if you've been married, how long have you been married for? Leave it in the comments. I am so curious to know. Hopefully this little tutorial will inspire you. And if it does, click the like button. And if you're into this kind of thing, I would love for you to join our fam at this table and subscribe. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so how you prep is going to be incredibly important, whether you have a makeup artist doing your makeup or you're going to do it yourself. Prep is number one. I've already moisturized and we're about to prime. I actually, fun fact, my whole wedding was on a very tight budget. My husband and I, Jonathan, we paid for our wedding ourselves. Most of our decorations came from the dollar store. And I recruited a lot of help from self-taught creators. So even like my wedding pictures was a self-taught photographer. I recruited her help. It helped her out to kind of be able to expand her portfolio. And my makeup artist was a self-taught makeup artist wanting to start her business. So I thought, hey, you can do my makeup for my wedding. It'll help you with your portfolio. So I'm a big believer in helping people start up their potential business, giving them a space to create and use their gifts. It worked out for me because I was able to stay very well under budget while helping people in their gifts. So it was so cool. I loved it. My whole wedding was very inexpensive. We're gonna create this makeup. So let's prime. I've already primed with this. I'm going to fill in my pores with the e.l.f. poreless putty primer. So you can see, like, I'm gonna put a picture right here again, but my makeup was very minimal as far as like the eyes go. There's some things I would do a little differently now. Like I would fill in my eyebrows a little bit better and give them more shape than I had in my wedding. But 12 years ago, snatched eyebrows wasn't a thing. So I think right now we're going to start with the eyes first before we do the complexion. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is create a base for my eyelids. Blend that in. All right, I picked this eye palette up from Ulta yesterday. This is Colourpop's Feelin' Bubbly. I was there yesterday, so this will be kind of like a first impressions of this eyeshadow palette. And I saw this and I thought, oh my gosh, this looks like my wedding makeup in one whole palette. Look how pretty that is. So pretty. So we're gonna use this palette today since I can create my whole eye look from, I think, just this one palette. So I think right now I'm going to go in with the shade Clink Clink all over the lid. Okay, so now I'm going to start working the outer corner. I'm gonna go into the deepest shade here, which is called Get a Grape. So we're gonna start building the crease and outer corner with this shade first, and then we can deepen it up later. And I'm going to start working this corner and patting in this color right in the outer corner. A brush like this is really good for packing in color as opposed to kind of just fluffing and you know, blending everywhere. You can really push that color in and pack it in there, and then you can go in later to blend everything out. And all I'm going to do right now is fluff and blend just the edges. I'm not going to touch the color at all on the main part of the lid. I'm just going to start fluffing with a clean brush just the edges to soften that up. And when you're fluffing, you can push in and almost flick out. You don't have to go so hard. You can just flick out those edges and go upwards. Next, I'm gonna go in with the shade Noted. This is a bit of a champagne color right here. It has some flecks of rose gold. So I am going to pack that in the inner corner of my eye with my finger. That's pretty. And now with a tighter brush, I'm going to take the shade So Complex, this white shade right here, and I'm going to pop that it's a matte shade, pop that right into the inner corner and meld and mix those two together. Okay, I am going to very lightly take this shade Zesty. It is a very yellowy gold. I think I do need a little bit more of gold because from my picture I can tell that I have a little bit of warmth. I think this is feeling very cool tone. So I'm going to take a little bit on my finger, just a very little bit, and add it just to the middle part of my eye, just to warm up this look. Okay, that did it a little bit, but I still feel like I need a little bit more warmth. It's still feeling kind of cool tone to me. I need a gold, I think, that is more of a coppery undertone. I'm gonna go into my Jaclyn Hill palette, and I think, oh yeah, I'm gonna take this shade. This shade is called SBN. Pop that into the middle of my eye. I think that did it. We're gonna add some liner and some lashes, do my eyebrows, and I will be right back. All right, so for foundation, I'm going to use the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I'm in the shade Syracuse. I like this because it actually, for photos, this would actually look really beautiful. It kind of gives a bit of a glow to your skin. So you have to shake this up, that's the key. And I'm gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand. So we're gonna start building this. I don't wanna go in too heavy right away. I wanna give good coverage to my areas that are a bit problematic. So I'm going to really concentrate my foundation because you're thinking of pictures when you're doing your makeup, and when you talk to your makeup artist, you have to keep in mind these are mostly for pictures. And so you really want to give good coverage to any areas that you might want to conceal a little bit. So for me, that's right in this area right here where I have some discoloration. So I'm going to concentrate the product right mostly in those areas. Make sure that you get your ears right behind your ears and bring it down your neck. And then before I add any more product to my brush, I'm gonna take whatever is left and start going onto the forehead. If I need to add product, I will, but I don't really like when my forehead is just caked on with makeup, mainly because my forehead's like a different shade than the rest of my face, so I don't want too much product on there, but there is still a good amount left over that I can use for my forehead, just for an even wash of color. Same with the nose. I don't add more product for my nose, mostly because that's the first place to lose too much foundation anyway, so I just go in with whatever is left on my brush for my nose and my forehead. Now we're gonna go in with a concealer. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer, and I'm not gonna go crazy with concealer too much. I'm just going to really cover under the eyes where it's a little darker. So just a little bit, but the whole point of this is that I wanna make sure that my face is lifted. So I'm going to add a little bit right here. And then I am going to go just like that, just to lift my eyes. And I'm actually gonna let this sit here just for a couple of seconds, just so that it can warm up to the face, so that it can actually give me better coverage once it is a little bit drier on my skin. I'm gonna put some right here, and a little bit right there. All right, going into bronzer, I'm going to use my Wonderstick in the shade Medium Tan, and I'm gonna go directly into the brush, stamp the back. So I usually apply my bronzer and I go in the same direction from the top of my ear to where my smile is. I mean, I don't go all the way down there, but I'm going that same direction when I apply my bronzer. Take a little bit up here. Add some more. I'm going to put just a little under my jawbone just to give me more of a defined jaw. I don't have to put too much of that. Go down my neck a little bit. Going to take a little bit of that product and just put a dot under my lip and a dot on the top of my Cupid's bow. And this is going to give my lip area just a bit more of a pouted look. And just blend that in. I'm using the e.l.f. HD powder. This is a fantastic powder. This is going to help your makeup stay and your under eyes stay creaseless and smooth all day long. Before I do that, I'm going to take the tip of my beauty blender and just remove any creasing and flick out any pooled product under my eyes. And then go in directly with your poof and press that in. I stay there just for a couple of seconds. I normally wouldn't bake this long, but if it's for a wedding, I do want to make sure that my under eyes are completely set and smooth, seamless. And now I am going to take a bronzer and just set where we put our cream contour. I am going to go in with the Covergirl So Flushed True Blend in the shade Warmth, 420 Warmth, and just dust this over my contour right here. All right, let's brush this bake off. Perfect. And for under my eyes, all I'm going to do is take that same brown color, Get a Grape, and then just lightly dust a little bit of that brown under my eyes, just a little tiny bit, and connect it to that smoky outer corner, just a tiny, tiny little bit. And then with a brown kohl liner, I am going to just line my waterline ever so slightly, only about 3/4 of the way. I want to give my lower lashes a very light wash. There might be some powder on those lower lashes, there might be some foundation, so I just want to add really some color to the lower lashes. I don't really want to have a dramatic under eye. NARS blush, this one is in shade Exhibit A, and I'm just going to hit a little tiny bit, that is it, just right on top, just for some warmth. Perfect. This was me and my dog Misty. So Let's do a bold lip. So this is a Wet n Wild lipstick. This one is in the shade Cherry Bomb. I'm going to line my lips with another Wet n Wild. I love these Perfect Pout lip liners. This one is in the shade Plum Together. So let me line my lips. And then the last thing to do is to set everything in place. And we are done. So that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was so fun to recreate. I feel like I should probably go crash a wedding right now. I feel so good in this makeup. I love everything that I use. If you did like this video, please go ahead and like it and leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. This was so fun. Don't forget you can follow me over on IG at jesstodryk, and I can't wait to do my next video. So have a great day, and I will see you guys in my next video.